Good day, everybody. I hope you're all having a profitable day so far. And if you're a Workhorse investor like I am, you are. But welcome to my channel if you're new here, and thanks for stopping back if you are not. I just wanted to do a quick update on my Workhorse video that I made a few days ago. I wanted to go over where I bought in at and what I expect from the stock in the future, as well as give you my opinion on a recent negative news article that came out on them. Now, before I get to it, I just want to say thank you to everyone who has already subscribed to my channel and for hitting the like button in previous videos. I really appreciate you supporting the channel. And if you're new here, I like to find short-term and long-term trading and investing opportunities in typically lower-priced stocks. I like to find underappreciated, undervalued stocks with high growth potential and talk about all other things finance related as well. So if that's something that interests you, please consider subscribing to my channel so you don't miss any future trading and investing ideas. And also, I am not a financial advisor, so please do all of your own research before investing in these stocks. Well, first off, I want to talk about a negative news article that just came out a few hours ago about Workhorse. It cites multiple red flags and recommends long-term investors should avoid Workhorse altogether. Now, even though there are some valid concerns in this article, I think they're vastly overstated, perhaps only to get enough content to fill out the article for this eye-grabbing headline, which in all honesty was well put together because it was intriguing enough for me to click on it. Now, first off, I do want to reiterate that this is only my opinion, and I am a Workhorse shareholder, so my opinion is a little biased, so take whatever I say with a metric ton of salt. But first off, it states Workhorse is on a short list of 3 bidders to win this contract with Oshkosh and Morgan Olson. And I actually view this as a positive because if you've been following Workhorse as long as I have, you know when word first got out about this contract, there were a lot more companies in the running, and the fact that Workhorse has made it through to the finish line is a big positive. Now, yes, Oshkosh and Morgan Olson are in a better position at the moment to produce vehicles, but Workhorse has been getting its ducks in a row, especially with the recent Hitachi deal. So I don't think Workhorse has the capacity to handle the entire contract anyway, so I'm only counting on a portion of it, and they only need a portion of it to make a huge impact on their bottom line. The article also states Donald Trump is much more fond of oil than electric vehicles, but I don't think that's the case anymore, at least not as much as it used to be anyway. Now, if you remember way back before Tesla agreed to build the China Gigafactory, Trump made many comments about how electric vehicles were not the future, and back then it was said Elon Musk wanted to build a Gigafactory on the East Coast, but Washington, which of course is heavily lobbied by oil and gas, wasn't very accommodating. And when Elon struck the deal with China, I think Trump's feelings got hurt a little bit. Now, not long after, Trump came out and said we have to do all we can to keep our geniuses here in the United States. Now, it's hard to teach old dogs new tricks, but I think Trump realizes now that electric vehicles is the future, and with countries like China, Germany, and others doubling down on this technology, I don't think he wants the U.S. to fall behind, and he's going to do what he can to support this industry. Now, Trump is very competitive and very patriotic, and he does not want to lose out to those other countries. Make America great again and all that stuff. But Trump has also stated many times that the post office is a big money loser, and it will be more cost efficient in the long run to use EVs, so it makes sense to begin the transition sooner rather than later. The article also goes on to say Workhorse is facing problems with their drones. This point I don't doubt at all. This technology seems like it's going to take a while to refine, and I think drone delivery is going to take a lot longer to master for all players trying to capitalize on this market, so Workhorse has plenty of time to perfect it. Now, last mile truck delivery should be their laser focus right now anyway because it's their bread and butter. If they get some of this USPS contract and have success with it, which I think they will, then the sky is the limit. Internet commerce still has huge growth ahead of it, and EVs are the future, and they are just starting, so Workhorse is positioned in a perfect niche right now. Nothing is certain in the future, but it's easy to see why investors are optimistic with Workhorse's potential with those tailwinds behind it. All right, so let's get to the charts. Here is Workhorse's regular daily chart. And as you can see right now, it is a thing of beauty. In my last video, Workhorse was right around this area. And I wanted to say I wanted to add on a break of a I was hoping it was going to make a bullish flag, and it made something similar to that, more like a rising wedge. But let me go to the 30-minute chart, go intraday a little bit so we can see that a little easier. But right here was when it broke out. That was when I made the video, and I was kind of hoping it's going to make like a bullish flag formation. I guess it kind of did. Looks a little bit more like a rising wedge, but they're both bullish formations, so it really doesn't matter. The bullish flag is a little bit easier to construct a buy point, so I guess I just wanted to make it a little easier for me. But anyway, we got that breakout out of it, and I ended up adding some shares at $24.86 right here on the breakout. And it held the 21-period exponential moving average on the 30-minute chart the whole time. It tested it twice, but it is finding support at the blue line. The blue line looks like it is concrete support, which is the 50-period simple moving average. So if you are in this just for a momentum move, this would be the way that I would play it. I would keep everything on the 30-minute time frame, and I would use this 50-period simple moving average on that time frame as my signal to get out. Now, another thing that I would do is draw the trend line and then create a parallel trend line, and you can see right now Workhorse is in a pretty well-defined uptrend channel right now. So once it breaks out of that channel, that's when I would take the profit if I was just in this for the short term. But I am. Let me go back to the. Let me get this stuff out of here and go back to the daily chart real quick. This is actually a very bullish pattern because of how long it went sideways in this consolidation. Now, one very common tactic in technical analysis is the longer it goes sideways and then breaks out, the bigger the breakout. And as you can see, Workhorse went sideways for over 2 months here, and now it's finally breaking out. And I'm not super good at calculating measured moves, but what I would do if I wanted to take profits on a longer term move, I would calculate this measured move out. Now, basically what you want to do on a measured move is you want to take this all the way to the end, and you should expect the same move to the upside. I'm having a little trouble with this drawing tool. And for me, those are difficult to calculate out. If you know how to calculate out a measured move, please leave in the comment section, because it's something that I've always wondered about. Not only, when you bring the chart down like this and compress it, the move on the line isn't going to be exactly the same, so it's hard to calculate exactly where you want to get out. That's my first concern with this pattern. And the second is, where do you start the measured move from? Do you start it at its last high? Do you start it from the middle? Do you start it from the bottom? That's something that I've never been good at calculating. And if you are good at measured moves, please leave that in the comment section, because I would like to learn more about that anyway. But anyway, this measured move still has a long way to go. I don't know exactly where it's going to end if it does follow that, but it looks like it has a long way to go. Let me get rid of that line. But we are following this 8-period exponential moving average up perfectly, and this is another great way to stay into trend. If you're new to my channel, I'm always talking about this 8-period exponential moving average. I think it's paramount to have this on your charts, especially when you're trying to momentum trade. It will help you get in to a trend, and it'll help you stay in it. As long as you're above that white line and it's finding support, there's no reason to close that thing out yet. But if we go to the weekly chart, you can see that it works on pretty much every time frame. It found support at that 8-period exponential moving average perfectly and is shooting up. So right now, it wouldn't surprise me if we get a little bit of a pullback, but I think we got the low 30s for sure, at least in the short term. but it has moved a lot, but it is an absolutely beautiful pattern. And EVs are on fire right now, so it wouldn't surprise me one bit to see this thing scream up over $40 a share. Okay, well, those are my current thoughts on Workhorse. Let me know in the comments your current thoughts on Workhorse. Do you think we're going to get some of that UPS contract, or are we in big trouble? By the looks of the pattern, it seems like they're going to be just fine. Now, I also have my referral link for M1 Finance in the description, so if you're thinking of opening up an account with them, please use that link, and if you do, we'll both get the startup bonus. I love my M1 account, and I would recommend that to anyone. Well, thank you so much for watching my video. Please like it if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end, and until next time, take care, everybody.